An unseen document with your signature was found in a place you never expected. This discovery will shock you to your core. Your name is written on papers you never remember signing. Someone has been using this document for purposes that will blow your mind. The backstory behind this discovery involves people you trusted. They have been planning something with your identity for longer than you can imagine. What they are using your signature for could change your life forever. The truth about this document has been hidden from you until now. The document was discovered during a routine investigation into financial crimes. Your signature appeared on papers found in a locked safe that hadn't been opened for years. The investigators were shocked to find your name among documents they never expected to see. Your signature matches perfectly with samples from your past. But here's what's strange. You have no memory of ever signing these papers. The date on the document shows it was signed during a time when something important was happening in your life. You may have been feeling watched lately. Strange phone calls that hang up when you answer. Mail that seems to have been opened before it reached you. Cars that follow the same route as you. These are not coincidences. Someone has been monitoring your life while using this document for their own secret purposes. The connection runs deeper than you could ever imagine. This document gives someone false legal control over parts of your life. They can make decisions using your signature that you never agreed to make. Right now, as you watch this video, they could be using your signature to open accounts, make purchases, or even take out loans in your name. The financial damage could be massive, but it's not just about money. This document could affect your legal standing, your credit rating, and even your personal relationships. People you care about could be at risk because of what's written on these papers. Time is running out to stop this. Each day that passes gives them more opportunities to use your signature for their benefit. The longer this goes on, the harder it becomes to prove you never agreed to any of it. Legal experts say that once certain actions are taken using your signature, it becomes nearly impossible to undo the damage. The window to protect yourself is closing fast. Like this video right now to unlock the truth about who has your signature. The backstory will blow your mind. This document was created during a time when you were going through major changes in your life. You were stressed, distracted, and dealing with important decisions. Someone you trusted was watching you during this vulnerable time. They knew exactly when to approach you with papers to sign. You thought you were signing something completely different. It might have been when you were buying a house, starting a new job, or dealing with a family emergency. Your mind was focused on other things. You trusted the person who put the papers in front of you. They used special techniques to make you sign without reading carefully. The document was hidden among other legitimate papers you needed to sign. They made sure you were rushed and couldn't examine everything closely. The person who did this has done it to others before. They study people's lives, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. They know exactly how to gain trust and create situations where people sign without thinking. Your signature on this document is completely legal and binding. Even though you were tricked, the law sees it as valid. This is why they were so careful about how they got it. The document has been sitting in that safe for years, waiting for the right time to be used. Now that time has come. The person who has it knows exactly what they plan to do with your signature. They've been preparing for this moment, gathering information about your current financial situation, your assets, and your weaknesses. Everything is in place for their plan to begin. Type "protect" in the comments now to activate your spiritual shield against those using your signature. What they're using your signature for right now will shock you. They have created a network of fake businesses and shell companies. Your signature appears on documents that make you a partner in these companies without your knowledge. These businesses are being used to move money in ways that avoid taxes and hide illegal activities. Your name is connected to transactions you never made and profits you never received. They've been monitoring your daily routine for months. They know when you leave for work, where you shop, and who you spend time with. This information helps them time their activities when you're least likely to notice. Strange things you've experienced recently are connected to their surveillance. That feeling of being watched in the grocery store, phone calls that disconnect. When you answer, mail that arrives later than expected. They have people working in businesses you visit regularly. Bank employees, store clerks, and even neighbors could be part of their network. They gather information about your habits and financial situation. Your signature is being used to authorize money transfers between accounts you don't even know exist. These transfers happen at times when banks are less likely to check carefully. The network includes people in high positions, lawyers, accountants, and business owners who can make your signature look legitimate on any document they choose. They've created a complete fake identity around your signature. Credit reports, employment records, and even family connections have been fabricated to support their use of your name. The scope of this operation is massive. Hundreds of people might be involved, all working together to use signatures like yours for their criminal activities. If you want to support the investigation that discovered your document, you can give super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or more. Every contribution helps fund the legal work needed to expose this network and protect other victims like yourself. Type 911 now to join the Emergency Protection Protocol for signature theft victims. The mastermind behind this operation has been planning it for over a decade. They started small, targeting people during vulnerable moments in their lives. Now they run a sophisticated network that spans multiple countries. This person has studied psychology and knows exactly how to manipulate people into signing documents. They train others in their methods, creating a system that can target hundreds of victims at once. You were specifically chosen because of your financial profile and personal circumstances. They researched your background, your family, and your business connections before deciding to target you. Other victims include people from all walks of life: teachers, doctors, business owners, and retirees. The common factor is that they all signed documents during stressful periods without reading carefully. The timeline shows they've been using your signature for specific purposes over the past few years. Each use was carefully planned to avoid detection while maximizing their profit. Your document gives them access to financial tools and legal protections they couldn't get otherwise. They can open accounts, apply for credit, and even purchase property using your legal identity. The true legal implications go far beyond simple identity theft. You could be held responsible for debts, contracts, and even criminal activities connected to your signature. Time is running out because they're planning to activate the final phase of their operation. This involves major financial transactions that will be much harder to reverse once they're completed. Law enforcement agencies are now involved, but they need more evidence to make arrests. The investigation is moving quickly, but the criminals are also speeding up their timeline. Every day that passes gives them more opportunities to use your signature for increasingly serious crimes. The damage to your reputation and finances grows with each transaction they make. Type SHIELD now to receive divine protection from those who are exploiting your signature for evil purposes. Here's how to identify if you've been targeted by this signature theft network. Check your credit reports for accounts you never opened. Look for inquiries from companies you've never contacted. Watch for mail addressed to you, but with slightly different versions of your name. This is how they test whether their fake documents are working in the system. Your phone records might show calls to numbers you never dialed. They use your identity to set up phone services and make calls that can't be traced back to them. The methods they use to obtain signatures are more advanced than simple forgery. They employ psychological pressure, time constraints, and deliberate confusion to make people sign without reading. Some victims report signing documents at car dealerships, real estate offices, or even hospitals when they were under stress. The criminals work with insiders at these locations to create opportunities. They also use technology to scan and reproduce signatures on new documents. Once they have one real signature, they can create hundreds of fake ones that look authentic. The broader conspiracy involves corrupt officials who approve documents without proper verification, bank employees who process transactions without asking questions, even government workers who file papers without checking their authenticity. This network has connections to organized crime groups that profit from identity theft on a massive scale. Your signature is just one piece of a much larger criminal operation. Current events show this type of crime is increasing rapidly. Law enforcement agencies struggle to keep up with the sophisticated methods these criminals use. Support the Legal Protection Fund by giving super thanks of $5, $10, $20 or more. Your contribution helps hire investigators and lawyers who specialize in signature theft cases. The more support we get, the faster we can shut down this criminal network. Type 777 now to join the protected group of people fighting back against signature theft criminals. The exact location where your document was found will shock you. It was discovered in a safety deposit box at a bank in a city you may have visited years ago. The box was rented under a fake name but contained documents with dozens of real signatures. The person who discovered it was a bank employee doing routine maintenance on abandoned boxes. They noticed your name among papers that looked suspicious and reported it to authorities. The current legal status of your document is complicated. Even though you were tricked into signing it, the signature is legally valid. This makes it harder to prove you're a victim rather than a willing participant. Immediate steps are being taken by law enforcement to track down everyone involved in this network. Raids have been conducted at multiple locations, and arrests are expected soon. The investigation process involves analyzing hundreds of documents, interviewing victims, and following money trails that span multiple countries. Digital forensics. Experts are examining computers and phones seized during the raids. Other evidence found alongside your document includes fake identification cards, blank signature pages, and detailed profiles of potential victims. There were also photographs of people signing documents without knowing they were being recorded. The investigation has revealed this network has been operating for much longer than anyone realized. Some documents date back over 15 years, suggesting thousands of people may have been victimized. The anticipation builds as investigators close in on the main suspects. Phone records, financial transactions, and witness statements are all pointing toward the same group of criminals. The climax approaches as law enforcement prepares to make major arrests that will expose the full scope of this criminal enterprise. Type Justice now to receive step-by-step instructions for protecting yourself from signature theft in the future. The full truth about your document's purpose is finally revealed. It was created to make you legally responsible for a series of business deals that generate millions in illegal profits. Your signature authorizes transactions you never knew about. What happens next depends on how quickly law enforcement can arrest the people responsible. If they act fast enough, your signature can be invalidated before it's used for major crimes. The steps you need to take for protection include filing reports with credit agencies, banks, and law enforcement. You must also monitor all your accounts for unauthorized activity and be prepared to prove your identity was stolen. The timeline for resolution could take months or even years. Complex financial crimes like this require extensive investigation and legal proceedings to fully resolve. Justice will be served through criminal prosecutions that could result in decades of prison time for those responsible. Civil lawsuits will also help victims recover financial losses. The outcome for those responsible includes not just prison time, but also the seizure of all assets obtained through their criminal activities. Their network will be completely dismantled. Hope comes from knowing that law enforcement now understands how these crimes work. They're developing new methods to prevent signature theft and catch criminals before they can harm more victims. Your case has helped expose a criminal network that has victimized thousands of innocent people across the country. Type SAFE now to confirm your enrollment in the Signature Protection Program that prevents future identity theft. This shocking discovery of your signature on an unknown document reveals how vulnerable we all are to sophisticated criminals. The network that targeted you has been operating in secret for years, using people's trust against them. The importance of taking immediate action cannot be overstated. Every day that passes gives criminals more opportunities to use your identity for their benefit. Protection measures are now in place to help victims like you recover from this crime. A growing community of people who have experienced similar violations stands ready to support each other. Type PROTECTED to ensure you receive ongoing updates about this case and continued protection from identity theft.